Good day, Broto Planet listeners. This is Eric Peterson in Salt Lake City. Today we are joined by the mastermind behind the Ferrymen, Mr. Magnus Karlsson. How are you today, Magnus?
I'm great. I've been working all day with, guitar students and writing metal songs. So
nice.
That's great.
That's a good day.
Yeah, it is. That's what I want to do. I don't want to change it.
Where are you joining us from today?
South of Sweden, near Denmark, outside of a town called Malmö. Maybe some of you have heard of.
Yeah, we've talked.
Malmö.
I mean, we've talked about this. This is my ancestral homeland, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this where you have the festival every year, where you declare your independence from Sweden back to Denmark, and you dig the shovel into the ground?
This is the day?
No, isn't this the? But this is the area you're in, right?
Oh, yeah. We belong to Denmark for a while. Yeah. And some want to belong to Denmark still, I think. But yeah, I think the people from north of Sweden, they call us for half Danish sometimes.
Yeah. And that, because I remember, I think you and I talked about it. They have that festival where they dig their shovel into the ground and say, "We want to go back."
Aha, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
So we're here to talk about the latest installment of the Ferrymen, titled One More River to Cross, which is going to be released on the 21st. I don't say it often, other than when I talk to you, but this will be on my top 10 for 2022.
Wow, that's great. Again.
I feel like every time we talk, I have to say, because it's just such a good album, and I know it's the second week in January, but it's just so good that I have to declare it now.
Oh, thanks. That's great to hear. Really cool.
So remind me, is this the a final album of a trilogy? Is that?
No, it's not written like that. But maybe we're signed for 3 albums. I don't know. I guess if the record company like it and it sells okay, and if the guys want to do it, I think we're gonna continue. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So your first installment came out, and it was self-titled in 2017, and that introduced us to this whole concept. I wondered if it could get any better, and then we got the New Evil, and now here we are with One More River Cross. What has the journey been like with Mike and Ronnie?
Yeah, on the first album, I didn't know them really, and of course I heard Mike play and Ronnie sing, but for every album it's easier. I know more about how they play and sing, and it's easier for me to write the melodies for Ronnie and try some new stuff. I think on this album it's less power metal and more old school metal mixed with, I don't know.
No, I agree.
Some progressive stuff too on some songs. And I think it's just more fun, and it's getting better. If I really know the musicians, it's easier to write.
Yeah. Do you feel like, you obviously feel like it's evolved. So, you don't want to keep it just the same old. You want to evolve it into something more.
Yeah.
So some of my favorite songs are One Word, Shut It Out. And my personal favorite on the album, of course, is the title track. The song is just as epic as it gets. Did you arrange the choir and the orchestration for that?
Yeah, that's what I'm really into nowadays. I like those epic big choir and orchestra stuff. That's why I wrote Heart Healer too. So,
yeah.
And I'm always, if I have a moment over, I'm sitting in the studio trying to get the biggest choir orchestra mixed with metal that I can, and I really love to do it. And so that's great.
So that song to me just signifies what the Ferryman has become. It's become such an epic thing that it just translates straight out of that song to what it is.
Cool. Yeah, it's also mixed with even if you have a big epic thing going on, you have to mix it with the melodies and the drumming and everything. So if the orchestra is too big, I don't want the band to sound tiny.
Yeah.
So you have to find a melody that really, how could you say, fly over the whole thing.
And I'm assuming that you did all the mixing and everything on it, right?
No, I don't mix on my own. This time it was Simone Mularoni.
Okay.
Maybe you know him, the guitar player from DGM. Yeah, he's great. He's a great guitar player and great. He mixed. He mixed Heart Healer too, and I think he mixed the first Ferryman album as well.
Oh, okay. All right. So, is there any songs on the album that have a particularly special meaning to you? I mean, I know they're all your baby, but if you could pick one song, is there one that you just go, yeah, that's it?
For me, I think it was. I think that Morning Star stands out a bit for me because it has that old school, almost heaven and hell, Black Sabbath thing going on, and I think that Ronnie sings better than ever on that song. He's really sounds like a mix between himself and Dio and Chris Cornell, maybe, or something.
No, yeah, definitely.
And it was almost when I sang the demos on Heart Healer that I sang very, very high with a falsetto voice. And I asked Ronnie, is this okay for you? Can you sing? Yeah, I said, no problem. I will do that. So he sings anything. It's really, really high on many of the songs, but it doesn't seem to be, he don't have any limits, I think.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. And he just, his voice just is in tune with everything on the album. You know what I mean? It just seems to fit so good with everything in there.
Yeah. And it seems very easy too when he's so fast. When I send him the songs and then it just take a couple of days and then he's done.
Really?
So
that's good.
Yeah, he's super fast.
So did you from the very beginning, is this whole project been recorded remotely, or have you guys actually got together in the studio?
No, the only time we met were when we recorded videos and we had some photo shoot, and we didn't even do that this time. So the video we recorded in Bulgaria and Sweden and Italy.
Wow. I mean, so that's just a testament to how things have evolved, because in the old days you had to get together with everybody in the studio, and it seems now more than ever everybody just gets their part and then does it and then sends it.
Yeah. And I know that some people think it's strange, but I really like it, and I'm so used to it. I worked like this for over 20 years now. And I remember when I'm in the studio with a band, that's great, and it's great to hang out, but I'm always very stressed, and I have to be at my best all the time. Now I can relax, and if I'm in the mood, I'm going into my studio and I record, and I think it's great. And I can record with artists that I never could record if we're going to meet in the same studio. It would be impossible. And now when we had COVID, that's perfect to work like this. That's the only option. So that's great. But of course, it's great to meet the guys. And when we did the videos together, it was awesome to see them and hang out.
And remind me, you guys have never done any live shows, correct?
No, actually, we have discussed it many times, and we have great offers too, or had. No one is touring much right now, but we want to do it. The problem is I'm booked in the studio for maybe 2 years from now, and and I think Ronnie has a lot of tours booked, and the same with Mike. So we have to find a spot in our schedule, and we would love to do it. Maybe a shorter tour, a couple of festivals. That would be perfect.
I mean, I said when we talked about your metal opera album, I'm still holding out hope for a one concert deal in a like a theater with all of them there and you playing guitar and it just getting recorded. So I mean, maybe the same thing could happen for the Ferrymen. Yeah,
we have some songs now, so if we have some material to play.
Yeah. So it's in a perfect world, if you had the time, you would absolutely love to tour with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Nice. And then the other thing I want to ask you, since I have you here, is what's new on the horizon for Primal Fear? Can we expect a new album out of you guys?
Yeah, I think it will be a little while because I don't know if you heard. I think it's official now. But Matt Sinner, the bass player,
yeah,
also he's not been well for a while and been in hospital. He's getting better now, but yeah. So that has been really hard, and I missed him because we work a lot together and have a lot of time together on Skype and writing songs and talking about music. And yeah, so nothing had happened with Primal Fear. I think we wrote a couple of riffs and stuff, and I think Ralph is working on something too. But I think it will be a while before we record an album.
And your last was an EP, I guess it was, the one with Taria on it. That one had a really good reception, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was the last one. Yeah, yeah, it was I think the same song that you can find on the album, but it was with Taria, like a remix. And then that's really, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's a bit sad because the last Primal Fear album was so successful, and then that the band can't tour after that. That was really...
Yeah, that was a great...
It's the same for everyone.
Yeah. What about... you and I talked for a second about the metal opera, and I was telling you how much I really enjoyed that album. Is that something you're looking to recreate? Another one?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the deal, I think, to have 3 albums.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But I have a couple of ones I have to do first, so I don't have a date when I will start on it, and no plans. But yeah, I think it will happen.
So have you thought about at some point with your metal opera mixing in some male singers with the female singers, or are you just going to stick with all?
Yeah, I don't know really. Maybe I like to do the female thing because most of the singers that I am working with, they are not female singers. It happens once, and but yeah, maybe. Now you put in my head.
Yeah, I know. It seems like every time we talk, I throw these things out, and you're going, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I should try that. Because
maybe. Yeah, for me, it's important when you do a thing like this with a lot of singers, they have to have different voices. Otherwise, you don't understand anything. And
exactly.
It sounds strange. So if I can find singers that sing different, then I have to, mix male singers maybe.
Because for me, I just think of it, when I think of opera, I think of the classical opera with the male and then the female, and so that's in a metal version would be amazing.
Yeah. So absolutely, and there are guys that have done it. So
and then my last question I was going to ask you is, what about Freefall? You're looking on something to follow up to your last album? Or?
Yeah, that's the next thing I will start on. I just finished a new album with Russell Allen and Annette Olson.
Oh, okay.
And it's done. It's being mixed right now. And after that, I will. Actually, I'm hired as a guitar player for a new project that it's not official, the name yet. And after that thing, I will start on the next Freefall.
Okay.
So I hopefully next month I will start and be done this summer maybe or something, and a release late this year or maybe early next year. I'm not sure. So I have a list of great singers already.
Oh, do you really? Oh, good.
Yeah, some new names checked out.
Nice. So, I guess what I have to ask you now is every time I interview, I have to ask you these questions. When do you sleep?
Yeah. when you think something is fun, you can do it even if you're tired. And sometimes it's too much. And but then I just take a break. And I mean, Frontiers, they are really nice to me. If I say I need a couple extra weeks for this, that's never a problem. And so
I was going to ask you too, the artwork for the Ferryman album, that's consistently just been the same person, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stan and V. Decker from France. He's really good, and he's actually did the last Freefall album too.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, like I said, I think if there's if there's a person that doesn't sleep in this world, I think it's you, because I don't know how you have time to do everything you do and do it so well.
Thank you very much. Yeah, when I sleep, I dream about music. So,
so you just wake up and you're ready to go.
Yeah, I have the idea in my head. That's why I have a studio in my home. I have to be very fast before I forget it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would just encourage everybody to pick up the new Ferryman album. It comes out on the 21st, correct?
Yeah,
and
I think so.
Yeah, I believe it does. I believe it does. It's a great album, and like I said, it's already going to be on my top 10 for 2022. So
cool. Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was good to chat with you.
Yeah, the same.